Hi, I'm Tony, and today we are taking a look at block number 12 of the Pixelated Galaxy Quilt Along. Okay, gonna be honest, I may have gotten myself worked up a little before because I'm like preparing this video like the rest, and then I realized this is the last video of the Quilt Along. There's no reason for me to make one for assembly because this is super easy to assemble. You'll see. Assembly instructions come next month. But, so this is it. This is, if you've been making this quilt with me, thank you. Thank you. I think this is one of my favorites so far. This is our third quilt along. I'm so happy. Okay. Let's get into it. First off, fun facts. So this is Neptune. Block 12 is Neptune. Neptune is dark, it's cold, and it's whipped by supersonic winds. It is an ice giant, so it's super, super cold. It is more than 30 times as far away from the sun as the Earth is. And it's the only planet that we can, in our solar system, that we cannot see at all to the naked eye. Like everything else, you can, with all the other planets, you can see with the naked eye, you know, every now and then, but you can't see Neptune. I thought that was a cool fact. All right, let's get into our block. So this is not as hard as last month's. Whew, time. Last month was probably the hardest block of the entire quilt along. I'm looking at you, Spiral Galaxy. All those purples. I swear purple's not a word. All right, so Neptune. So let's take a look at it. So you have 4 colors. You've got black, dark blue, blue, and light blue. And these are the ones we're going to pull. We're only pulling from block 10. So block 10, Uranus, you're pulling a blue 2.5-inch strip. Okay, so blue, we're crossing that 1 off and making that a 0. A light blue 2.5-inch strip. So the light blue, we're crossing that off and putting that as a 0. Your black, light blue combined, so we're crossing off 1 of the 1.5 blacks, and light blue, 1 of the, whoops, I put a 1, that should be a 2. 1 of the light blue combined. Now, I forgot this last week because it was so complicated with all those purples. Now, the black, light blue combined strip, let's go to the second page, and black, light blue, crossing that off, it's right there, okay? Then the last one we're pulling is a blue, light blue. So blue is a 2. We're changing that to a 1. Light blue, we're changing that from a 2 to a 1. All right, and then it was blue, light blue. Blue, light blue is down on the left-hand side on the bottom. So you've got those 2 crossed off. You should still have a black to a dark blue to a blue, and a dark blue to a light blue. And then on the front, this is how your chart should now look. Now, this is only if you are doing the quilt along. If you're making this as a standalone block, ignore everything I just said. But cut them as they are. And yeah, that's it. That's all you need to know about Neptune. All right, so what to do with all the scraps? This is the very end, right? So let's have a serious discussion really quickly on. You have a ton of leftover fabric. You have a ton of scraps, okay? You have 2 options for those scraps. Number 1, scrappy quilt. Just sew all those scraps together and turn it into a scrappy quilt. Option 2, log cabin. I am going to make a video with all of these leftover scraps from this quilt right here of how to make a scrappy log cabin quilt. So if this is past the time where it's the Pixelated Galaxy Quilt Along, click down below. Take a look at how to make a really easy log cabin with your scraps, or just watch for it to come soon if it's not there. Super excited about this. Oh, I have no clue what the next one's going to be. Normally by now I know what the next quilt along is going to be, but I don't know. I have no clue. We're going to release a couple of regular patterns. It's been a couple of years since we released regular patterns. We're going to release a couple of those. there's going to be a really cool one coming soon with the racing flag and a trophy and machine and thread. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for all these patterns that are coming. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know I ramble sometimes because words, right? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me for this quilt along. I adore every one of you. Don't forget to like this video, follow my YouTube as well as Facebook, my Quite Nerdy Quilters Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. I stream live on Twitch, so if you want to hang out with me, just tune on in. My schedule goes up on Mondays if I'm streaming that week on my social media. Let's sew together and let's have some fun.